Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Say it louder, say it louder. You're the question, you're the answer. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time. Say it louder, say it louder. You're the question, you're the answer. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. If you feel like letting go, you can take control. You can turn this all to something beautiful where you feel life gets you down, 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 gets you down, down, down. Say it louder, say it louder. Feel the moment, feel the power. Bring the animal back to life. Bring the energy one more time. Bring the energy one more time.
A very good evening. Welcome to World Cup 2026 live here in LFS for our second game of the day in our double header of Monday action. And earlier, despite having no goals, but a drama-filled game between Spain and Cape Verde, as the debutants at this competition held the European champions to a goalless draw. Now it's on to a changing of the guard for Belgium, a new generation taking on Egypt's golden generation in this one. Maybe Mo Salah's final time at a World Cup, and a new breath of fresh air with the Belgian side, with some new blood breaded in, hoping that they can produce at a World Cup. That is our second game of the day. Let's have a look at the two teams in terms of their summaries. Of course, Belgium, Rudy Garcia is their head coach. Captain is Kevin De Bruyne. Their best World Cup finish was two tournaments ago in 2018 in Russia, when they finished third place, losing, of course, in the semi-finals to France, ultimately, who won the 2018 World Cup. Jeremy Doku is my player to watch for this tournament, and the Red Devils are ready and roaring to go for this World Cup. Well, for Egypt, Hossam Hassan is their head coach. Of course, captain is Mohamed Salah. They've only ever reached the groups 3 times previously, and the most recent was 2018. They weren't here last time round in 2022, but they are back and are more and ready to impress again. Mo Salah is my player to watch, of course, in what could be his final World Cup. And the Pharaohs are here to rule the roost and be crowned winners. I don't know of what, but crowned winners. Anyway, Belgium taking on Egypt is our feature game for this one. Let's have a look at the two teams for this one, starting with Belgium. Thibaut Courtois in goal, a back four of Meunier, Ngoy, Michel and Castagne. Onana and Tielemans are the midfield two, with Kevin De Bruyne in the 10. Jeremy Doku and Leandro Trossard are the wide players, with Charles de Ketelaere up front. On the bench, some names you will know from past Belgian teams, but some new blood as well in there. Lamens, Penders, Théat, Seyes, De Winter, De Kuiper, Salamakers, Witsel, Moreira, Luca Bacchio, Raskin, Van Aken, Fernandez Pardo, and of course Romelu Lukaku. For Egypt, well, as I said, the two stars are at the top end of the pitch for this Egyptian side. But let's have a look and see how they light up. A 4-2-3-1 for them. Chaubert is in goal. Hani, Ibrahim, Fatih and Abou Feto are the back four. Atia, Lachine are in midfield, with Ashur in the 10. Zico off the left, Salah off the right, and Omar Marmoush leading the Egyptian line. On the bench, Soliman, Allah, El Shenwai, Abdel Maguid, Hafez, Abdel Monem, Rabia, Allah, Hassan, Adel, Saber, Trezeguet, Donga, Zizou and Abdel Karim. So, Belgium against Egypt, both known for their crowning moments, shall we say, in their royalty. Well, let's hope for a royal game of football at the home of the NFL champions, the Seattle Seahawks, here at Lumen Field. Kick-off between Belgium and Egypt in Group G is on the way next. A very good evening. Thank you very much for joining us for this one, our second game of the day, and after the drama of Spain-Cape Verde a little earlier, let's hope for more excitement at this World Cup this afternoon with another group opener between Belgium and Egypt. As the countdown begins, these two teams at very different stages of their international cycle. Belgium starting a new era. Egypt might be coming to an end of theirs. Well, let's see what comes out of this. Remember, it's been a struggle for Egypt in a recent tournament. Only one appearance at a World Cup since in the last 36 years. That was in 2018 in Russia. So a rare moment for the Egyptian fans to have their team on the world stage. Well, for Rudy Garcia, this Belgian side were world number ones for a long time after their third place finish in 2018 under Roberto Martinez. Carried them all as far as he could take them. It's Rudy Garcia's job. Took over in January of last year. Has won 9 of his 14 games in charge. Just lost once as the Belgian boss. That was in his first game in charge, losing to Ukraine in the Nations League playoffs. First leg, they won the return leg 3-0, and he's got an unbeaten run of 10 games without a defeat since, including all 7 of their World Cup qualifiers. There's Michaela there, having to do a bit of defending against the Egyptians. And they win it back quickly. A good battle for possession down that side, and Belgium will just about win the throw-in. Jeremy Doku, my player to watch for this tournament. I'm really intrigued to see Jeremy Doku. Of course, he was at the last World Cup. This is his 4th international tournament for his country. Got 2 assists in the 5-0 win over Tunisia 9 days ago in their final international friendly. Jeremy Doku. He's made 41 international appearances, 7 goals as the Catalara tries the back heel. That one goes out of play for a goal kick, but Jeremy Doku starting to really grow into his own at Manchester City in the season just past. His best scoring season of his career, 8 goals, 11 assists. It's his most output-filled season in his career. Still at the tender age of just 24, so still in the relative scheme of things, still at a young age. Salah there got onto the ball, and the roar from the Egyptians was palpable. He will be the star man, as he is for so many of the teams he plays in. And here come Egypt with a chance, and good interception by Castagna, who drove in, failed to defend. Egypt will be a bit more off the cuff. Belgium, you would expect to have a bit more of the control and a bit more of the possession. Egypt to be a bit more on the break, a little bit more on transition. That's where Salah and Marmoush can really use their qualities to the best for this Egyptian team. Try to hold the ball up there. Did Catalara, but it's going to be a throw into Egypt. And the right back there, Mohamed Hani, the man to throw it in. Here is Fati to Ibrahim. Ibrahim back to Fads. Not in a hurry here, Egypt, but Fads looking for the switch out to the right. Intercepted by Castagna, taken in by Doku. Was beaten off initially, but he's done well to persevere to keep the possession there. Jeremy Doku. Poor ball by Amadou Onana. Gives it away. Opportunity. Salah. Got himself on the ball in the half space on the right here. Mo Salah. Of course, a wonderful career. Mo Salah has just left Liverpool, of course, in the summer. His contract officially comes to a conclusion in 15 days' time, and it is his 34th birthday today, so happy birthday to Mo Salah. You never know, might want to find the score sheet. 65 international goals and 114 appearances for his country. Bit of a off-season when it comes to his form at Liverpool. 12 goals and 10 assists. That's his career lowest since he left Chelsea back in 2015. It's the lowest of any season which he's scored goals in since 2015. Salah, we'll see, will be the danger, no doubt about it. But the Belgians will know it very well. Was that most recently these two met in an international friendly back in November of 2022. And Egypt winning by 2-1 on that occasion. Salah setting up one of the goals. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. No room to manoeuvre there, but he's still won it back. Onana. Trossard. Onana. Wide it goes. Trying to garner control of this now, Belgium. Jeremy Doku. Hani in his way. Doku. Little jink. Finds the turn of Tielemans. De Bruyne. Tielemans. Trossard. Dragged it wide. Good chance there for Belgium. Really good move from on the edge of the box. Laid off well, and it was De Bruyne. Struck it just wide. Decent effort from range. He just kind of curled it away from goal rather than towards the net. In the end, a goal kick will come, but danger there from Belgium when they're around the edge of the box, and they've got major threats, and I think they've got a fine balance at the minute, the Belgian squad, and the fact that they do have that mix of experience and new blood. Of course, there's a lot of Premier League talent in the Belgian squad. Amadou Onana, Yuri Tielemans, Kevin De Bruyne, formerly of the Premier League, of course, Jeremy Doku, Leandro Trossard. So certainly the midfield area is bombarded with Premier League players. Ibrahim. This one's a fascinating one because the expectations of Belgium, I don't actually know what the expectations for Belgium are for this tournament. Is it to go to the latter stages? Because when they were with that golden generation in 2018 and 2022, in a way, the expectation kind of was, you know, they have to get to the latter stages, otherwise it isn't successful for the team that really had dominated international football, in the sense that they were regarded as one of the best in the world. Some feel that maybe that's just not been matched recently, and not to the same level. We have major quality players and some title winners and European winners in there. And there's going to be a free kick here to Belgium. Amadou Onana fouled in the middle of the pitch, trying to turn away from Mo Salah. Salah penalised for the challenge. Yeah. Not much in it, to be honest, but it is a foul. Forward. Nothing really threatening there from Belgium from that set piece, and it's headed back to the Egyptian goalkeeper of Shobir, Mustafa Shobir. Plays for Al Ali in Egypt. That's lovely from the Catalada. And they wanted a corner there. Leandro Trossard felt it was a corner, but the referee said no. And the decision is a goal kick. Well, the FIFA president has earmarked this game for one to watch, so he's here in Seattle watching on. Mustafa Shobir. Nice. Pulled up there by Ashur, and it's worked on to Salah. Now Marmouche. Zico down the line. Hani with the ball in. Headed away by Munir at the back post. And Doku skipping away from a challenge. Crossing the halfway line. Doku cleanly caught on the ball. Nicely done. And the chip ball over the top. A bit forceful from Egypt there. Onana. Per ball. Again, playing balls down blind alleys. Just a bit unnecessary, really, there from Amadou Onana. Pass wasn't on. Here's Salah. Zico. Trying to return the ball to his captain. Here is Mo Salah. Chops back and the switch is flipped there. I thought that was a foul, but referee waved it away. Quickly won back by Egypt. Omar Marmouche on the turn, but closely marked and stopped there by the Belgian defence. It was Nathan Ngoy. There's Charles de Catalara occupying the defenders and trying to charge him behind. We'll get a corner out of this. The last touch off the defender, Yasser Ibrahim. So a corner to Belgium. Yeah, long ball over the top, and Charles de Catalara hanging off the back of the defenders. Done really well. Just a drive forward. Kind of both toe poked it. The direction of which the ball goes makes you feel like Yasser Ibrahim had the last touch. Nonetheless, it is a Belgian corner, the first of the game. Actually, they changed the decision. They do it so discreetly that you don't actually know until you get the wide angle. It was a goal kick. Changed the call. We did give a corner, and then we come back to the wide angle, and it's a goal kick. Nice to see that VAR are doing their job without having to make a big fuss. Mounier. Onana. Back to Ngoy. Caught there a little late. It's going to be a yellow card handed out. This time it's going to be to Atia. Marwan Atia in the midfield. And Ngoy did really well. Charging forward, he was just clipped there by Atia. Yeah. Spur challenge. And Marwan Atia in the book. Well, let's talk about the new blood that Belgium have. Mainly Nathan Ngoy, just involved heavily there, making only his third international appearance this afternoon. He made his debut back in March. He's played against Croatia and Tunisia in the build-up to these games, keeping a clean sheet on both occasions, so certainly has the confidence of his manager. And now playing his football at Lille after coming through the Standard Liège Youth Academy. As Egypt were on the move away and Salah was on the break. And that's going to be a yellow card handed out to Timothy Castagne. See this again, the hold on the right arm of Mo Salah as he tried to break away. And the crowd roaring in the awarding of that free kick and the yellow card to Timothy Castagne. Of course, Mo Salah, a global draw. The opportunity to see Mo Salah at a World Cup will be one many won't want to pass up on. Beautiful afternoon in Seattle. Of course, a midday kickoff local time. So a beautiful sunshine. Just short of 15 minutes gone. Belgium 0, Egypt 0. Not many major chances in the game. Falling behind towards Marmouche. Just too much on it. Easy for Thibaut Courtois. (27 degrees in Seattle. It's another warm day. Of course, we do have the mandatory hydration breaks. Good challenge there by Hani on Jeremy Doku. Doku stayed down. In pain with his left ankle. And Mohamed Hani was the one with the challenge, but was a fair challenge, but just Doku feeling the pain of the challenge. See it again. Ooh. I don't know how that's not a foul. I've seen it again. It's definitely not a fair challenge. Gets none of the ball there, Mohamed Hani, and he's very dangerously challenged Jeremy Doku. I think that should be a foul, at least. But will be one of the main dangers for Belgium, no doubt. Jeremy Doku, and will be closely watched by the Egyptian defence. Clearance there from Chaubert. And ultimately Ibrahim trying to clear it out up the fields. Puts it out of play for a throw. Haven't really got much rhythm in the game so far. Both sides really haven't been able to get the ball down and play too much. It's been a lot of stop-start, set-piece action, throw-ins and free kicks. That's where the majority of the play has come in the first 17 minutes or so. Munir, Ngoy, Michele. Darting it into the path of De Bruyne, trying to lay it off. Felt he was fouled. De Catalaro was beaten to it. Opportunity for Egypt, and that's going to be a foul. Salah brought down again, this time by Michele. That's going to be a free kick to Egypt. Salah drawing the fouls early doors. Faz. Andy Faz. Ibrahim. Good touch on the inside there from Zico, but was unable to keep a hold of the ball. Doku. Tielemans. Inside to De Bruyne. Nice work to find Trossard. There's room to manoeuvre there for Leandro Trossard, but he does well again. Done well so far to ride the challenges of these Egyptian players. Belgium, excuse me. Nothing too dangerous from the Red Devils so far. Ball darted down the right channel from Munir, trying to make a bit of danger in behind for the Belgian runners, but Egypt easily dealing with it, seeing it out for a throw. Here's Abdul Fatoa. It's going to be a handball against Thomas Munir. Quickly taken towards Salah's path on the far right side, but well won back by Hani, getting the better of Doku. Did well there. Not the better of Jeremy Doku so far, Mohamed Hani. Zico. Salah. Driving it into the path of the effort. Oh, what a goal! That is a rocket! A bolt from the blue. That is wonderful. That is a gorgeous goal for Egypt. Mohamed Salah's path. And the finish with aplomb from Emma Mashour. Wonderful. Egypt have the lead. And that is a sensational finish into the bottom left corner. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most venomous finish we've seen at this World Cup, because that was a bullet. Beautiful intricate play from Salah, finding Ashour in the space, and he just absolutely lets it rip. Takes the touch, sets himself up, and rockets it with the right foot straight into the bottom left corner. Thibaut Courtois had no chance. A firm grip whack with the right foot. And Egypt take the lead. Quality finish. Quality goal. Belgium 0, Egypt 1. And he's calling for calm, Hossam Hassan, the Egyptian head coach. But look at Emma Mashour. That is one hell of a way to score your first international goal at a World Cup, and he did it with an absolute plum. Belgium 0, Egypt 1. That is magical. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Proper top quality finish, that. Charles de Ketelara. Yuri Tillemans. Ngoy. No room there for Munir. Has to work it back inside to Amadou Onana. Well, Egypt certainly don't have the most uproarious history at a World Cup. As I said, they've only ever qualified for 3 previous championships, and one of them was the second ever edition of a World Cup 92 years ago. 1990 and 2018, the other 2 occasions of which Egypt were amongst the teams on the world stage. And they've never, ever won a World Cup game. They lost their only game in 1934. They lost one of their 3 games at 1990, 2 draws, and they lost each and every one of their group games in 2018. Scored only 2 goals at the last World Cup they qualified for. They've only ever scored 5 goals at a World Cup, Egypt. And they have their opener here. They've only ever led for just 29 minutes at a World Cup. Well, they are in front here. And we have the hydration break to try and settle things. Goodness me. Really nicely done. Really nicely done. Well, it was on this day 8 years ago that Egypt opened their tournament in Russia, in the group which had the home team, Russia, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, in Group A in that one. And they lost through an 89th minute winner from Uruguay in their World Cup opener back in 2018 on Mo Salah's birthday again. Some of those that were in that game. And to say, Mo Salah didn't play in that game. There's something to show. Salah gave Egypt the lead in their 3rd group game in 2018 on the 22nd minute. They ultimately lost that game 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. But Mo Salah has set up Emma Mashour for his first international goal to give Egypt the lead against Belgium. A reminder for you, France against Senegal is a wonderful game to come for you tomorrow in Group I, as the beaten finalists last time out and the winners in 2018, France, take on Senegal, who were the African champions but no longer the African champions, but may still be the African champions. It's as clear as mud. And they're meeting at MetLife Stadium tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time. But a credit to Egypt. They started this well. They haven't allowed Belgium to dominate, to control the game, to really test their goalkeeper too much. We haven't really seen much of Jeremy Doku, or even much of Leandro Trossard, or even Kevin De Bruyne, or even Charles de Ketelara. It's been very stop-start, but it's been beneficiary to the Egyptians. And they have the lead. And Belgium, who have underperformed at World Cups before majorly, are off to a poor start at this World Cup in their opener. They would be favourites to top this group, Belgium. Of course, alongside Iran, New Zealand and Egypt. Belgium are quite clearly the team that's above the rest, but at the moment, not quite showing that in their opener here, early doors. In terms of the world rankings, Belgium are ranked 9th in the world. Compare that to anybody in their group. Egypt are 29th, and the other two, Iran and New Zealand. New Zealand are the lowest ranked at 85th, and Iran are ranked, if I can find it, 21st in the world. So Belgium by far the strongest. But so far, Egypt are the one leading this group game. Tielemans bundled over there, wanted the foul, trying to buy the foul. The referee was having none of it. They quickly win it back though, Belgium. Andrew Trossard digging it out, finding Kevin De Bruyne, looking for the run on the outside of Meunier. Nicely dealt with there by Emma Mashour, getting back into his own box to do a bit of defending. Sees it out for the throw-in. Well, Belgium have ultimately storied history in the World Cup. They qualified and played as, or obviously didn't qualify for the first World Cup. They were invited, as was the situation, but they, as I said, entered the World Cup in 1930. They were involved in the first 3 World Cups. He played in 4 of the first 5 World Cup tournaments. They didn't enter in 1950. Their best performance was in the 1980s, before their recent 3rd place finish. And there's going to be a foul here. It's going to be on Hamdi Fat, I think. You see this again. Or actually, it was Emma Mashour in the box defending again, and just caught by Thomas Meunier a little bit. It's going to be a free kick. As I was saying about Belgium, though, they finished 4th back in 1986 in Mexico. And that one, that was trumped by the team that finished 3rd place in 2018, who won 6 of their 7 games. Of course, only losing the game which they exited the tournament. They won all 3 of their group games in 2018. But when it comes to 2022, they finished 3rd in their group. 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat in what was a pretty tough group, to be fair. Morocco, Croatia, Belgium and Canada. Morocco and Croatia topping, getting the top 2 places. Morocco topping the group. And in that one, Belgium beat Canada in the opener. Lost 2-0 to Morocco and drew 0-0 with Croatia in the group games, and were knocked out at the first time of asking in 2022 off the back of their record performance. They won 3 out of 3 group games in a group that involved England, Tunisia and Panama in 2018. Destroyed Panama, thumped Tunisia and narrowly beat England. They went on to beat Japan in the round of 16, Brazil in the quarterfinals, but lost out ultimately to France in the semi-finals, and then ultimately beat England again for the 2nd time in the tournament in the 3rd place playoff match. That's a lot of information to take in, but what I'm trying to say is Belgium exceeded expectations in 2018, but ultimately didn't match those levels 4 years ago. What are the expectations for 2026? And that's the question. You know, I think Belgium are a team, you know, you look at the top countries around Europe in terms of the world rankings. You look at your Frances, your Spains, your Netherlands, your Italy, even though they're not here. But you look at those top countries, and amongst others as well, England. Belgium are that unique team where you go, well, they haven't really, no disrespect, but they've not got the best player in the world, but they also don't have many starlets. They also aren't a team that usually historically have done major things, so they're not really quite the Netherlands, who have never won a World Cup but have had historically incredible players that have done magical things. with Cruyff and etc. in history. They're in that unique situation where they've had their golden era in the last 10 years, but haven't really done much with it. And yes, getting third place in a World Cup is still a major feat for a Belgian side who probably are exceeding their country's kind of expectations in terms of their population and the money and all of those things. But I think they're a unique team where a lot of people seen them as they enjoyed watching Belgium because they were a breath of fresh air from the old guard of your Spains and your Frances and your Brazils and your Argentinas and all those teams that have historically done well. They were the new blood, but they were never the team that could ever get over the hurdle of getting the job done. And I think I don't know what to expect for Belgium for this tournament, because what are they expecting? What is the real hope that they can do? Is it to go deep in the competition, quarters, finals, semi-finals, or is it just get out of the group and do better than last time and keep building with this squad? I really don't actually know the answer to that question. Doku taking on Hani. Good covering round the back there. A bit of help from Atia, seeing that one away. .32 minutes gone. Belgium 0, Egypt 1. Trossard trying to work the angle. Finding the run at the Catalaro. Drops for De Bruyne. He wasn't given a chance to get anywhere near the box. And Egypt maybe trying to spring away here, but that one's going to be covered over by Nathan Ngoy. And McKaylee back there too. Courtois knocks long. Header nicely cushioned out wide. Here's Mo Salah in the pocket. Atia. Out to the right hand side it goes. Zico. Zico firing one. Courtois with the save. Well, they've got power in these shots, the Egyptians. Assur's goal was a great one, and Mustafa Zico there had an effort. Really clean straight strike. Angling to that far corner. And Thibaut Courtois forced into the save. It's a lovely strike, lovely effort. In the final third, the Egyptians have looked dangerous, majorly dangerous. Well, that's a terrible corner, though, from Imam Ashour. Giving it straight to Jeremy Doku. Trying to spring away, but was cleaned out on the halfway line. Absolutely cleaned out there by Ahmed Fatou. I think that's going to be just a free yellow card, I think. Yeah, just came sliding in. That was Atia a little earlier before it, and then yeah, Fatou. I mean, Doku was going nowhere there. I think that's a little bit naive from Abdel Fatou. He's going nowhere, and he's got himself a yellow card, Ahmed Fatou. .11 minutes to go in the half. Trossard on this left-hand side. Got Hani for company. Good challenge by Mohamed Hani. Says it's an Egyptian throw, and the referee agrees. Not been a good performance so far from Belgium, despite having more shots than the Egyptians, but Egypt looking ever more dangerous. That's a lovely ball into Salah's path. Salah can pick out a pass from anywhere. That's the danger of him. That time his pass was nicely seen away from danger. As McKaylee couldn't find De Bruyne. I have to say, I've been thoroughly impressed by Egypt so far. Thoroughly impressed. That's back to Chaubert. Ibrahim. Chaubert. Comfortable possession there for the Egyptians in their own box. Not really inviting much of a press from Belgium. Chaubert's going to go longer. Springing out to Hani on the right. As that one bounces over his head. And out for the Belgian throw. Taken quickly by Tielemans. Munir. Yuri Tielemans. Amadou Onana. It's been very impatient so far, Belgium. I think they've tried to bypass Egypt far too many times, just to try to be more direct, and it's just not working right now. It's making their play a little sloppy, a little bit impatient, a little bit zappy, if you know what I mean. They're a little bit snapping at things. They're not really composed. They're not moving it around, and they've got players, more than enough players, to pop it around and keep it moving. But they're getting a bit... They've got a short fuse, it seems, the Belgian players at the moment. They're not able right now to settle the game down, to play some nice passes and to put Egypt under any real pressure, as we see Emma Mashour's goal. Fabulous, got to over 120 kilometres an hour there, that ball. One hell of a rocket. As Doku was eased out of play there by Fat. Michele. Given away again by Belgium. One back off Lachine. Here is Trossard. Onto his right foot, off the left, drives it across. Onana trying to work into an angle. Lays it across. Castagna clipped in by De Bruyne. Round the back was Doku. Cuts it back. Mescu by Trossard. Still got it though. And bodies get around him to block the chance. Ngoy. Michele. Munir. Doku. Back to Ngoy. Now Onana. Ngoy. Down the right. Marmouche was sliding but couldn't reach it. Swung in by Munir. Headed by the Catalara. Back to De Bruyne. Effort was shot by Trossard. Cleared away by Ibrahim. Better though from Belgium. That's what I mean. Oh, they've thought they were going to get away with that one there. It is going to be a free kick. Trossard fouled in that around the centre circle. But that's what I mean about being a little bit more patient. Pass and move football. So early in this game, they've been very snappy. And they're handing it off to Doku to run at a man and not having any passing options. Or they're just trying to go direct over the top, looking for the run of De Ketelaere or even De Bruyne. And they've just been broken apart time and time again, and it's made the game very stop-start, very disjointed for Belgium. What they need to do, and what they have done certainly in that last phase, was just work the ball a little more. Have Egypt chasing after them, trying to track them man v man, and that's where Belgium can have the advantages. So far, that's where they've struggled, and Egypt's give them credit. Have employed that tactic and employed it successfully. Short of 40 minutes gone. Belgium 0, Egypt 1. Emma Mashour's goal, the difference. Another direct ball by Egypt, looking for the run of Marmouche. Courtois has come a long way out. That was dangerous, but Munir had it covered, giving his keeper the option. Ngoy. De Bruyne. To Ketelaere to make the run. Trossard out in the left though. He's chasing it. Hani's got it covered. Hani, I have to say, fabulous defending on that side. Mohamed Hani Doku to deal with early, and then they swapped sides, Doku and Trossard now, again, getting nothing out of Mohamed Hani down that right wing. Or that left wing for Belgium, down the right-hand side for Egypt defensively. Really nicely done. And there's a first spotting of a Liverpool shirt in the crowd. One of the retro kits, that is. Love to see it. Representing in the United States. Ngoy. Tielemans. Nathaniel Ngoy. Michele. Castagna. Onana. Doku gone central now. Again, tried to pass it wide with a little deflection. Took the pace off it, and then a poor pass by Munir is snatched upon, and now Marmoush to Salah. Salah leading the charge for Egypt. Got bodies back here, Belgium should deal with this as Salah just recycles possession. Back to his right back, Mohamed Hani. To this point, Egypt look more ready for this than Belgium do. What we've seen. Egypt beat Russia 1-0 in their first friendly before losing 2-1 to Brazil in their previous, most recent friendly. That one, Mustafa Zico scored for Egypt in their last friendly before the World Cup. It's been a bit in and out, really. Of course, they lost in the semi-finals of the AFCON to Senegal. 1-0. And ultimately then lost the following game to Nigeria on penalties. Of course, the third place playoff game back in January. That's a good challenge on Doku. Referee saying nothing on that one, as Imam Ashur was the one to win the ball. That one's just got to be a bundling over out of Amadou Onana. To Ketelada. Nice play. Trossard, Castagna making the run. Oh, Jabir was in a dangerous mode. Mustafa Jabir did well there to step out from his area. Done well. 1v1 Salah under pressure. Salah with the help, the needed help of Atia. On that occasion, Atia done well, strapped in. Wins it back, Marmoush. Now it comes out to Imam Ashur on the left. Ashur waiting for the players to join him in attack. Atia to Fatou. Atia. Really good play from Egypt in moments. Fatou inside to Marmoush, who dropped a little off from the front line. Lashin. Hani with the early cross, bouncing into the box, drops to the edge for Marmoush. And I think he's going to be penalised for a late lunge, trying to win the ball. Accidental, but a catching of Amadou Onana. Yeah, there's a foul. It's accidental, but foul nonetheless. As we see it from the referee's view, this goal. Oh. I have to say, the referee's view is one of the best things that's ever been created in football. Certainly one of the best additions we've seen to football in the last number of years. It's beautiful. I love it. The cynics don't, but who cares what they think? I love it. Gives you a view and an angle you just wouldn't have in any other area of the pitch. 4 added minutes at the end of the half. Salah doubled up on there and stolen away from him. De Bruyne Fading challenge until Lachine got in the way. That's put out for a throw on the far side. Now Rudy Garcia has a lot to think about, the 62-year-old Frenchman. Managed over 850 games as a head coach. Ball drops into the box to Catalara. Doku! Over the crossbar it goes. Biggest chance of the game for Belgium. And Jeremy Doku fluffs his lines. Long throw into the box. Just flicked on by Onana. Held up well by Charles de Catalara. Laid off in an area. Beautifully for Doku to stretch back and caught it in the air. And just ballooned it over the crossbar. Just didn't hit it clean. Hasn't scored at a major tournament, Jeremy Doku, but I have him down as my player to watch because I feel that he has majorly improved over the last season. This could be the tournament for him to really take his grasp at international level, show his talent on the world stage in a goal-scoring fashion, but not with a finish like that, he wouldn't. It's just unfortunate a little bit, to be honest. Two minutes to go with the half. Onana. Nice ball here into the path of Munir. Catalara came wide. De Bruyne. Pressure there from Munir, but it's going to be a free kick to Egypt. Foul on. I think that was Atia. Or was it Fatou? It was Fatou. So a free kick to Egypt. Minute and a half away from leading a World Cup game at half-time for the first time in their history. This World Cup has been a World Cup of firsts. First points, first games for Egypt, looking for their first win at a World Cup. And there, oh, a mistake at the back here. Chance! Marmouche. Good save by Courtois, behind for the corner, but the young man Nathaniel Ngoy just mismeasured the header. Not his goalkeeper was where he wasn't. They'll win another corner here, Egypt. Back-to-back quick corners, and Marmouche winning both. Opportunity to end the half strong here, Egypt. Pounce upon what has been a ponderous Belgian side. They haven't really been at the races so far. Emma Mashour to take the corner. 20-odd seconds to go with the half. Made sure that corner went to the right man. Nice angled, intricate play. Salah's cross, headed away. Edge of the box, trying to take it on the volley. Still hanging about here. That one is going to be seen behind for another corner. That's nicely done by Yasser Ibrahim. And will there be time to take the corner? The referee is trying to hurry them. 4 minutes are up. Mo Salah's being hurried along. Well, Salah to deliver, right hand side. Salah lofting it in, flicked on off by a Belgian defender and almost into the root of an empty net. But ultimately they scramble it away, and that is going to see them through to half time. Well, the whistle goes. Salah's delivery was dangerous. It was flicked on by a Belgian at the front post. I think it was de Catalara, it was. They got away with that one there, Belgium. That was dangerous. But at half-time, it's Emma Mashour, set up by Mo Salah, to give Egypt a half-time lead in the World Cup for the first time in Egyptian history. Belgium 0, Egypt 1 at the break. Sure, one last kick. This is going to be it. This is the moment. Vicario kicks this. And Liverpool are there! Liverpool are Premier League champions! And there it comes! Crystal Palace, for the very first time in their history, are FA Cup winners! Oh, he's found the net! Oh, what a goal! Baratskeli is through, wants to add a fourth, and does so. Ahmad, oh my goodness me! That is absolutely unbelievable! Rice again. Oh! You thought he couldn't beat the first one. He's gone and battered it. Another whip ball in. The header is in by Virgil van Dijk. Incredible.
was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even leave now, make your escape. You know the fortune favors the brave. So close, just get away. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your eyes. Do you even do you even I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your do you even do you even all this time I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when I look in your eyes. I just want to be next to your I get lost when I look in your do you even do you even leave now, make your escape. You know the fortune favors the brave. So close, just get away. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless,
Welcome back to World Cup 2026 live here in LFS. Thanks for your company for this one this Monday evening. At the moment, it is Belgium 0, Egypt 1 at the break. Shur's goal, set up by Mo Salah, has the difference, but they've had a number of chances, Egypt, in the game. Mustafa Ziko with an effort earlier in the game, well saved by Courtois down to his right. And then a dangerous moment from a corner just before half-time had them worried, but they escaped Belgium. Just the 1-0 deficit, so some thinking for Rudy Garcia to do for his team at the break to try and turn this deficit around. Remember, Egypt leading at half-time at a World Cup for the very first time in their history and are looking for their first ever World Cup win. A reminder for you, we return tomorrow. One big, massive game for you tomorrow. France taking on Senegal to kick off Group I. That's tomorrow, 8 o'clock from New York, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. That is our big game tomorrow. And then we have a double header to finish off the first round of matches at the group stages of the World Cup. Portugal, DR Congo, followed by England, Croatia on Wednesday evening. But we have a big second half to come here at Lumen Field. I forgot the name of the stadium. Lumen Field in Seattle for a huge second half where Belgium are trailing to Egypt. Welcome back to World Cup 2026, Game 4 of 5 on this Monday the 15th of June. The World Cup, Cote d'Ivoire 1-0 winners against Ecuador in the early hours of this morning. Sweden 5-1 victors over Tunisia, and Tunisia sacking their manager after that result. Spain 0, Cape Verde 0 was a historic result earlier this evening, and Belgium trailing by a goal to 0 to Egypt. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay is 11 o'clock kickoff. We'll tell you the result of that. We'll have that all in tomorrow's live stream. But that is the same group as Spain, Cape Verde. So whoever wins that one will top that group after one match apiece. We'll see if Saudi Arabia can do what they did to open their tournament in 2022 and beat a South American side. They beat the eventual World Cup winners, Argentina, in 22. We've got Uruguay on the call sheet a little later on this evening. But we're back out here at Lumen Field in Seattle, in the state of Washington, in the northwest coast of America. And at the moment, it is Egypt from the northeast of Africa taking on Belgium from Central Europe. At the moment, it is the Pharaohs are in front. Imam Ashur with the goal. And he's going to kick up the second half. That has Egypt in front at the break, set up by Mo Salah. And Egypt get us going for another 45. A 45 where they will try and convert this lead into a first World Cup victory for the country. Taking on a Belgium side have only lost once under Rudy Garcia. Apologies. That was in his first game in charge. And certainly don't want to lose their first game of this World Cup. Be intriguing to see what comes of this. I said Egypt have never progressed from a group stages because they've never won at a World Cup, so they've never ever got past the group. At a World Cup, the last time they were in the World Cup, they lost all 3 of their group games. Wanting to buck that trend, even with a draw out of this, wouldn't be a bad result considering they're facing probably the toughest opponent in the group in the first game. No disrespect to Iran or the other team in the group, which I've forgotten right now. New Zealand. No disrespect to those teams, but Egypt will certainly feel more confident against those opponents than, of course, against Belgium. But today, they've looked very assured, Egypt, pardon the pun, but defensively haven't been majorly tested by Belgium as of yet. A long way to go. Here's Timothy Castagna trying to track further up the field, but well won back by Zico, who was tracking back. Some pressure on the Egyptians there. Back to Chaubert. Go long. Enter into the space. Picked up by Trossard. And dealt with there by Hani. He was quick out from his zone down the right side. He's dominated that area of the field, Hani. Jeremy Doku getting more frustrated at not getting another foul. That's a lovely switch ball attempt. Imam Ashour's on his own out in that left. He's got Munir for company. Ashour tiptoeing, playing a lovely weighted ball, and it's dropped here for a chance. Opportunity for Marmouche. And Salah too. Double opportunity for Egypt in the area. Great from Imam Ashour again. Lovely weighted ball in behind, the ball fired across the box. And two queuing up in Egyptian white to try and find the net. Nice weighted ball in behind. Zico on to chase. Couldn't keep that one in play. Mustafa Zico, have to see this moment again if they can show us a replay. Ball played out to Ashour, nicely taken inside, reversed it to the out, played across. Salah didn't quite get the clean connection. It bounces back to Marmouche, and both with opportunities. Wonderful football there again from Egypt. I have to say, have played really well so far, and credit to Egypt. They've been able to find the gaps in the Belgian team and the opportunities be dangerous against this team on the break. That man Imam Ashour is their real most dangerous player at this point. He almost created another great moment for Egypt. Well, the difference between the two sides, Belgium have had 7 shots, Egypt was 4. But the big difference is the fact that Egypt have had 3 shots on target. Belgium yet to have a shot on target in the match. That's where the issues are emerging. Ngoy, Munir, Onana, Tielemans, caught and brought down. It was Doku actually that was brought down. Marmouche, club teammates, but opposite sides in this one. Marmouche with a little nudge. Not too much, but a nudge enough to bring Doku down. And it's got Belgium a free kick here. Set piece specialist in Kevin De Bruyne. He lacked creativity in the first. Gonna go short with this free kick. Trossard spinning away from his marker. Having others tracking him. He's forced in field, and that's fabulous defending by Egypt. But a dangerous ball over the top. Doku's got space on the left. Jeremy Doku takes on his man around the outside. Lots of white shirts in the way and stepping in to clear it. Not very far though as De Bruyne wins it back. He has it stolen away. Salah angles one out to the left. Ashour trying to measure one for Salah to chase. It's going to be a difficult one to chase, but Courtois is going to thump it away. Tielemans caught in the back there. That's going to be a free kick. Referee just trying to restore some settled play. Tielemans. Doku trying to spin his man. Held off one challenger. Laid it on to Castagna, back to Doku, central, caught on the edge of the box. He's going to get the free kick. And it's Atia with the foul. Marwan Atia with the free kick given away. Yeah, just a hanging lazy leg. And brought down was Jeremy Doku, who's already made one or two key interventions in the middle with the free kick winning. That's where he can be dangerous, even if he doesn't go direct at his man. Certainly able to win the free kicks. Set pieces are key. Kevin De Bruyne, is he going to go for this one? It's within shooting range, and he's done it many a time before for club and country. Kevin De Bruyne. They're ready to set up their defensive wall here. Egypt's trying to get themselves organised. Trying to swap sides and got the draft excluder. Finally, Shabir's got the wall organised. Here is De Bruyne, angling one. Shabir with the save. Really good effort, really good stop. He measured it perfectly, Kevin De Bruyne, lifting it over the wall and bouncing it off the post. I thought Shabir was getting there, but he didn't. The angle was deceiving, and it clattered off the post. Wasn't too far away. Kevin De Bruyne. I asked whether he would go for it. He did. And it came ever so close. The Napoli man almost firing it in. And here come Egypt on the breakaway. Salah lofting it round the back. Opportunity. Castagna scrambling it behind for the corner in the nick of time ahead of Mustafa Zico having his shot. Again, really nice turn in the middle. Fed into Salah's path, and Salah switching it to Zico on the far right. And as he tried to volley it there, Zico, Castagna got himself in the way. Well, that's where the danger is for Egypt, on the breakaway, on the counter-attack. Right the way throughout the game it's been like that. Salah to whip in the corner. Cleared away at the front post. No one in white there at the front post to threaten for Egypt as it's recycled. All the way back to the goalkeeper. Nice football. That was a nice idea. Measured ball in behind. Will it stay in play? It will. Just about got there, Zico. It's worked inside and Goy. Marmouche trying to dribble into space. Marmouche. Good challenge. Well timed challenge by Michele, but given away by Belgium. Assure. Cross whipped in. The header. Salah stopped and the fired zipped effort. Dragged well wide by Assure. Salah with his head. With the main danger. And Assure with a follow-up. Well off target, but great whip ball in. This is absolutely perfect. Beautiful cross. Salah leaping. Good batted save by Thibaut Courtois. Yeah. You have to say, Mo Salah doesn't usually score goals with his head. I think from that sort of evidence, it's probably why. It wasn't the best of headers, but nonetheless, he improvised, did Mo Salah. And Assure with the follow-up effort that was struck well wide, but hasn't really got any better for Belgium in this second half. If anything, Egypt have become even more dangerous than the first half, and they're going to make some changes here, Belgium. Going to see Nicolas Raskin and Maxime de Kuyper. So Nicolas Raskin and Maxime de Kuyper replacing Amadou Onana and Timothy Castagna. Lovely ball into the middle. Salah worked it back. Zico. Marmoush holding up the shot attempt from Atia. Seen away from the box by Tielemans, and now Doku with a heavy touch, but he's made it work on the spin. Trossard there under pressure, giving away the getting the foul was De Catalara. It's more end-to-end, more open this game in the second half. And you gotta say, Egypt, the threat that they're creating, you kind of think if they don't find a second goal, they might rue those missed chances. While they have been more dangerous. Remember, we've seen it multitude of times in this World Cup. If you don't take advantage of your lead, you will be punished. As Assure does well. Cleared up the field by Fato. No one there on the end of it as Ngoy receives for Belgium. The Kuiper. Merkele. Ngoy. Down the right it comes to Catalara. Smothered out there, and it's actually gone into play off an Egypt player. I think that was Fatou out for the throw to Belgium. 13 minutes gone of the second half. Belgium 0, Egypt 1. Egypt have had a few chances to extend their lead, and they've won a throw in there down the left. I have to say, the FIFA president does look interested in this one. To say the very least, he's sitting forward, he's invested in the game, I would suspect. It's quite an enjoyable game so far. There's Ahmed Fatou on the left channel, looking for the long throw. Bit of head tennis. It's taken down by Tielemans, directed into Trossard's path. Back to Tielemans, Lace, zigzag football, De Bruyne couldn't get the shot off. Nipped away from him in the nick of time as Salah finds the out ball, and they're bursting away. It's Marmoush in behind, he's free, he's running a goal, he shoots off balance. And that's off target. Omar Marmoush. Maybe wanting a foul. And he was just eased off balance. That's really strong recovery defended, but Salah to Marmoush, and Marmoush skipping away from the defenders. He just maybe takes a little too long, and Goy does just enough to get back in, just to put him off. And as he's off balance, he skyrockets it well over the bar. And I'm loving it. The Egyptians look so dangerous. And Nathaniel Ngoy did really well on recovery to make sure that he didn't have a free shot at that Omar Marmoush. And that's what you call a goal-saving type moment. Marmoush in that situation will have the threat. Look at the options here for Belgium. Doku, kind of sandwiched between two, wanted a foul, says it should be a penalty, but the referee saw no problems. Let's see it again. No, that's a dive for me. Yeah, that's a dive by Doku. Atia and Ibrahim do nothing wrong there, in my opinion. Definitely not a foul. Maybe should be a yellow card for diving for Jeremy Doku for the simulation. De Catalara just going to shield that one out for the corner. We surpass the hour mark inside Lumen Field at Seattle. In Seattle, shall I say. Belgium trail by a goal to nil to Egypt, who have now led more minutes than they have ever in World Cup history in this single match. That's an effort from range. Yuri Tielemans, he's got it in his locker. And he decided to have a go from range there from the corner. See it again. Cleared away nicely. And it just drops to Tielemans at the edge of the D. And he swiped at it on the volley. Caught it sweetly as you like. Kind of bounces it towards goal. Lovely from Youri Tielemans. Just wide it was though. Better signs though from the Red Devils. La Belgique. Nice hold up there from Doku. De Catalara. De Bruyne. Into the hands of Chabert. Knows how big a chance that was, Kevin De Bruyne. Lovely. Good hold up by Doku. De Catalara steps in, wins it, chips it across. And De Bruyne takes it with his right. First time. Doesn't really catch it clean. And it's into the hands of Chabert. Now it looks like the big man's going to be coming on. Romelu Lukaku. Bruyne to Doku. Doku making a nuisance of himself now, as it will be a Belgium corner. Fatu. Put it behind for the corner. Short corner taken. Jeremy Doku right onto it. De Bruyne. Swinging it in with the left foot right to the back post. Chabert watched it and dealt with it well. He was kind of impeded there by Nathaniel Ngoy. I think the referee's going to pull it back for a foul here. And there was no advantage after the fact, but the referee saying that Chabert was impeded by Nathaniel Ngoy. Therefore, a free kick to Egypt. Now 10 shots apiece. 4 on target for Egypt, 1 for Belgium. If anything, they've been more than matched in this game. Of the Red Devils, and the Pharaohs, as their nicknames, have that advantage through Emma Mashour's goal on 20 minutes. A lead that's lasted almost a whole half of football in terms of the minutes. That's a lovely wall weighted in behind here. Marmouche. He's got Zico and Ashour on the side of him. Marmouche, a deflection. Took it wide. Goodness me, I thought that was going in. Marmouche swung it with his right boot. See it here, lovely again from Salah in the half space, finding Marmouche round the corner, held it up well, waited for Ashour to create that extra little angle for him to chop inside and shoot, and the deflection took it narrowly wide. Goodness me. End to end this game, and it could go either way to the finish line. Salah to take the corner. Going short. Ball swung in with the right foot. Good header in there by Teketalada. Fainted into the box. Egypt with bodies forward here. Ball across. Not finding a white shirt. Hit away again by Teketalada as Tielemans hung on to the ball here. Marmouche in cover. And a challenge there by Lachine is a little late. Free kick. Look at this. Charles de Catalara is coming off. And Romelu Lukaku is coming on. And the roar from inside the stadium. Romelu Lukaku. 33-year-old, their all-time top scorer. 90 international goals and 126 appearances. Let's see it again, right into the action. Oh, right involved. His first touch. Romelu Lukaku. Inevitable. That is one way to involve yourself in the game right from the off. One touch, one goal. Belgium on terms. Fabulous from Romelu Lukaku. Just as I was telling you, his stats in Belgian colours, only on the pitch a matter of seconds. And he has already made more of an impact than the last 66 minutes for anyone else on the field. The ball switched wide to the right-hand side, just fired across. And Lukaku, the man in the middle, making a nuisance. I think it's going to be an own goal. But you have to say, the nuisance maker. Yeah, it's an own goal. But what an impact, right off the field, right on the field, shall I say. It's going to be Hani. But you talk about the difference that has made in a matter of seconds. Transformative for Belgium in an instant. And perfect time to do it right on the hydration break. 1-1. And we've got 23 minutes to go in this game. And I can tell you that was an own goal. It's gone down officially as a Mohamed Hani own goal. So 1-1 via the own goal. Reminder for you, France taking on Senegal in our feature game tomorrow at the World Cup. MetLife Stadium, New Jersey is the venue, and 8 o'clock is the time tomorrow on LFS. Looking forward to that one. A very exciting game to see what really is of France. They struggled at the Euros. They got all the way to the final at the World Cup in 22. Certainly a team to be favoured, but Senegal, one of the best from the African continent, and we'll see how they fare. And that's tomorrow, 8 o'clock, as we see the Egypt goal. Emma Mashur with his first for his country. Munir's cross with Lukaku's presence, but it's not his goal. Mohamed Hani putting into his own net, but it was the threat, the danger, the presence of Lukaku that caused the panic, that caused the uncertainty, that led to the leveller. Love it. Mohamed Hani, for all the hard work and great work that he's done defensively. That is a disappointing moment, but we'll take nothing away from his individual defending. 1v1. He's done really, really well. I'll take nothing off that, but work to do for Egypt, and I kind of said that at the start of this half. They'd been growing in confidence and growing in their threat. And I said, if you don't take advantage of being on top and adding to that lead, we've already seen it in this tournament, we've already seen it at previous tournaments, but it's the point that if you don't take advantage of being in front and add to your lead, you will pay the price, you will be punished. And that's the world stage for you. And that's what's coming in Egypt's direction. But they've got 20 minutes or so to turn it around. Marmouche calling for focus. As they're having a bit of a debrief on the bench. So we're going to see Rami Rabia coming on for Egypt. He's going to replace Emma Mashur. So Ashur, who scored his first for his country and gave Egypt the lead, is replaced by Rami Rabia. Plays for Al Ain in the UAE. Al Ain won the Pro League in the season just gone past. And Rami Rabia is on. Scored 5 goals for Egypt in 44 previous appearances. Now with 20 minutes to go in this game, trying to give Egypt a moment to remember at a World Cup. Nicely fought there by Lachine against Doku to win the foul. Well, what response will Belgium have to that goal. Will they continue to push even further and grow in confidence and dominate the game, or will Egypt respond by pushing for another goal to try and retake the lead? We've got less than 20 minutes to find out. I really do think Egypt have been very strong in this second half. I think they've been much more dangerous than they were in the first in terms of the chance creation. It's just the lack of clinical edge, the finishing that's been not there in the second period. Compare them to the first and second halves. 4 shots, 2 on target in the first, 7 shots, 1 on target in the second. So they've had creating more chances, but just not creating and threatening Thibaut Courtois as much in the second period as they did in the first. That's lovely play. Here's a chance, and a shot right down the throat of the keeper from, I think that's Thomas Meunier, linking up with Leandro Trossard. Good football there from Belgium. Lovely little back heel from Trossard, and Thomas Meunier on the underlap, holding off his man in Tia. In the end, Doku reverses. Tielemans trying to bring it on, but Trossard scrambling to keep it alive. Meunier, Belgium starting to emerge as the dominant force now. Rabia up against Nicola Raskan, Rangers player. Ngoy. Egypt dropped everybody back. Is that a mental reaction to conceding the goal, or is it by design? Maybe a mix of both. Clip ball forward, headed away. Any options around the back though, is it's going to be a free kick to Egypt. Maxime de Kuiper, the one penalised. Some more movement from the Egyptian bench. Zizou is the one readying himself. With the hold up. Nice work. Salah making the run in behind. Salah the target for this attempt, but Michele has that one under control, and back to Courtois. Well, I think Egypt looked at their most dangerous best when Salah was getting in that pocket in the central area. Had runners off him in the likes of Omar Mouche and Zico that were making those runs in behind. That's where they've looked the most dangerous. Zico battling to win it back, and he's won the foul there off Maxime de Kuiper. It's going to be a yellow card as well to Maxime de Kuiper. Zico making a nuisance of himself. 15 minutes to go. Belgium 1, Egypt 1 in this group opener. As it's going to be Zico's last involvement, that foul. He's going to be replaced by Zizou. And they're going to make another change here, Egypt. And it's going to be Mo Salah coming off. So he got an assist on his birthday to set up the Egyptian goal. Some birthday messages from the crowd for Mo Salah as he departs. I'm going to see the introduction of Hamza Abdel Karim. And Barcelona Athletic player, the under youth team. 18-year-old, made just 2 previous appearances for Egypt. He's on to replace Mo Salah. Long ball up the top. Header away by McKelly. As the ball fed behind the Egyptian defence. Nicely retrieved. Chaubert, calm as you like to play it out. Good hold up there from Zizou. Switched across to the left-hand side for Fatou. Going to left it over the top, looking for a runner. And too much on that one for Abdul Karim. Get on the end off. Just over 66,500 people at this one. Lumen Field, a capacity of 68,500, so nearly to capacity. It opened in 2002. Home of 3 teams, the Seattle Sounders in the MLS, Seattle Sea Dragons and the Seattle Seahawks, most famously the NFL champions. This will host a number of games, another Egypt game actually. This stadium, Egypt will play here against Iran on match day 3 of the group. Lukaku, effort there. Fly beside me, get away. Horrible thing. But a couple of other games as well. It will host USA Australia in 4 days' time. The Lumen Field, as well as Bosnia Qatar, and a couple of knockout games as well. In the round of 16. And of course, Seattle Sounders play here. It's for 320 football games played here at Lumen Field. Here's the African football president. Opportunity here for Egypt on the breakaway down the left. An opportunity. Mamouche, remember, still on the field, playing centre forward. Shot from the edge of the area there was a little bit wayward, but Egypt keep it up the field with the movement there down the left from Fatty, who's gone very far forward there for the centre back. Just over 10 minutes to go. Belgium 1, Egypt 1. Assur giving Egypt the lead, and an Egyptian giving Belgium the leveller via an own goal of Mohamed Hani. That was a little bit unnecessary in the middle. Good challenge though by Atia off Lukaku. Find themselves in a moment here, Egypt, where they have come under a bit of pressure from the Belgians. I think they kind of just need to resettle this game and get it back to where they were thriving. It was in momentary breakaways. And they're having the possession for the moment as we enter the final 10 minutes of this game. I have to say, very enjoyable games we've watched here tonight. Spain and Cape Verde, with the historic nature of that game. And the upset. Belgium, Egypt, a real quality game. Egypt have really impressed me, I have to say. Fati swings it in. Too close to Thibaut Courtois. He rolls it out to Kevin De Bruyne, who's bursting away here. De Bruyne, this will be a problem. Doku hacked at the left side, and bit of a worry here for Mohamed Hani. He's maybe under pressure here from Jeremy Doku now. And he just dived in a little bit there. Expected Doku to go on the outside. He chopped back on his inside and just caught the feet of Doku as he tried to cut inside. Definitely a foul. Belgium are a team who have been really free scoring. 3 of the last 5 games they've scored more than 5 or more goals, including wins over USA and Tunisia, and a 7-0 win over Liechtenstein in their final qualifying game for the World Cup. And 3 times in that qualifying campaign where they put 6 or more into the back of the net. Ball swung in by De Bruyne, punched away by Chaubert. Tielemans with a whip, header across, what a save by Chaubert. It was Michaela with the efforts. And now Egypt trying to spring away, but Marmouche beaten to it by Ngoy's won it. Finding Doku, couldn't thread it through. Hani with the interception, and Hani here with the ball, breaking forward for Egypt. There's bodies up the field if they can use them well. Zizou. Hani. Zizou. Referee saying no foul on Hani. He went down there, down in that right flank. I think there's a winner in this. Opportunities. Game hasn't really closed up again, hasn't really solidified. It's been continually open. There have been defensive spaces. Oh, goodness, that caught out Thibaut Courtois. That cross looked like it was going to be a simple catch for the Belgian keeper. Rabi's cross, but had to be over the crossbar. As we see the header again from Michele. Great save down, out to his left. Strong left hand by Chaubert. Lovely. Really well saved. That's what you need in a game like this. Your keeper to show up. Zizou with the cross. Lofted right to the back post. Headed into the mix again. Brought down. Caught off guard. The shots! Charged down and cleared. Whip ball in again. Belgium under pressure all of a sudden. Cleared away there. Fatou. Held up by Marmouche. With a switch, finds Zizou. Zizou rolls it out wide. Hani on the overlap. Cut back is seen away by Maxime de Kuiper. It's Fati there, the danger man. Short of over 5 minutes to go of normal time. Egypt having a little spell here. Ball towards the edge of the area, but easily dealt with and seen away as Lukaku and De Bruyne link up, as historically is the case for Belgium, but Lukaku stayed wide and was seen away by Lashin there. Is Belgium going to make some more changes? With a double change. You're going to see Hans van Aken and Matthias Fernandez Pardo replacing Jeremy Doku and Kevin De Bruyne. So Van Aken and Fernandez Pardo replacing De Bruyne and Doku. Telling you, there's a fly about this place and it's doing my head in. Long throw by Belgium. Awkward bounce again. Caught out Nathaniel Ngoy. And a charge in behind from Abdul Karim. Looking for the cross towards Marmouche. Just too much on it, but thumbs up there from Marmouche in support of his man. Four minutes on the clock. Belgium 1, Egypt 1. Rascan with the ball over the top. Fernandez Pardo. Wide it goes. Mounier swung in. Rascan and Lukaku heading over the crossbar. Yeah, lovely cross by Nicholas Raskan. Lukaku splitting the centre-backs again. And he just maybe just has to glance it. He tries to direct it towards goal rather than just direct it into the net. It's not the best of headers for a man of his experience. Flick on there by Marmouche, but nothing further out of that for Egypt. But a throw in. Let's touch off the Belgian player. In the meantime, they're going to make some changes here, Egypt. They're going to see the end of Hamdi Fati's day. He's going to be replaced by Ibrahim Adel. And we're going to see the end of the day as well for Abdul Fattah. And he's going to be replaced by Karim Hafiz, I believe. If I've got that correct. I should have, if I know my numbers. But Ahmed Fattah and Hamdi Fati replaced by Karim Hafiz and Ibrahim Adel for Egypt. That's their substitutions complete. Bouncing ball in behind here. One to chase. Adel Karim. Dragged away by De Kuiper. He's on a yellow. The referee says nothing, but play on. Egypt felt they were a bit kind of hard done by there. Referee from Brazil, Ramon Abati Abel, says no foul, but Maxime De Kuiper was in an awkward space. In an area he didn't want to be, in a position he didn't want to be. That was clear, but being honest, I don't think it was a foul. Zizou trying the early cross. It drops to the edge of the box. Miscue there as Adel Karim was the target from the header, but not quite directed in his direction. Nice fainted ball. Marmouche on the spin. Feeds it wide. Hani skips away from a man. Hani wants to shoot himself. Took it at a deflection. Headed up and in. And around the box. Oh! Last ditch there from Makele to get it away from danger. But Egypt are posing a threat once again. Belgium a little bit vulnerable on those occasions. Good hold up by Lukaku. Raskan with the long ball over the top. Trossard with a directed header back. But couldn't find Lukaku, as we will have 5 added minutes at the end of the 90. Five minutes for a winner to be found. It was a fabulous challenge. Wonderful on Trossard, and neither away again, Egypt. Fed down the left channel. Into the box it comes. Adel facing up against Belgian defenders. It's the Belgian defender that comes out on top in Nicholas Raskan back defending. Lukaku, the only one up there for Belgium. Higher up the field as Egypt recycle. They seem to be the team on the offensive at the moment. Atia, Hani, Ibrahim. Launching forward, but misdirected that ball forward, Ibrahim. This is the chance. Zizou On the Kuiper, yeah, he just kind of grappled at him. I don't think that's enough for a foul. Yeah, not enough in that for me. I mean, Hassan, the Egyptian head coach, he was calling for calm earlier in the game. He's definitely not calm on that occasion. With that the incident where he wanted the penalty. Tielemans stolen away from him. A little bit laboured from Belgium. Egypt seemed to have energy. Seemed to be the fresher. Zizou. Hani. Oh, too many cooks in that one. Hani was caught. Opportunity here for Belgium. They've got numbers. Can they get a shot off? Fernandez Pardo finding Lukaku. He wanted a bit of help. That'll 1-2. The cross was blocked by Hani. It was Van Aken trying to cross, and Hani recovering well. I really have to be honest, Hani, so unfortunate to concede the own goal, but other than that, he has been absolutely immense today. Really, really impressed me. Really impressed. And I think overall, Egypt have been impressive. Lukaku headed back into the mix. Fernandez Pardo. Belgium's turn to have a go, threatening for a winner. 2 minutes of the 5 added to go as they wanted a foul, and the referee had a think and has decided to give the free kick. Foul on Leandro Trossard. Yeah, Zizou just a little bit late on Trossard. One more opportunity, you would feel. 90 seconds or so to go. Belgium 1, Egypt 1. It's been a fairly even game. They've both had their opportunities. Both sides have had their threats. 14 shots apiece. 3 on target apiece. It is even numbers. Can one chance change that? It's Yuri Tielemans over the free kick. Right-footed, near post, flecked on, looping! And Shawbayer was worried. I think it was McKaylee with the fleck, but off target it goes. Not the best at deliveries, to be honest, from Yuri Tielemans, but nonetheless, well, Egypt have one more opportunity. Well, that slice from Ngoy might give them a chance. 30 seconds on the clock. Rudy Garcia sweating. Down the left-hand side it comes, whip ball in, stretching for it! Into the hands of Courtois. It was the youngster, Abdel Karim, was the one trying to make the difference, but Courtois gathers, and that, bar the late drama, should be that really in the game. Maybe one last ditch hope. Nope, that one's going to roll behind for a goal kick. Shawbayer's not going to rush. And the referee trying to tell him to hurry. Nope, because there's the final whistle. A point apiece, probably a fair result in the end between the two. Belgium were poor at times. Egypt certainly gave their opportunities a good go. To be honest, when Ashur fired into the net, Egypt were well on top with a team that were better right the way through in moments. Very impressive from Egypt. But a Mohamed Hani own goal with Lukaku's first involvement in the match made the difference. And you have to say, to be honest, probably a draw is a fair result. A point apiece. And like many other groups, the later game will have the chance, if there's a winner, to go top of the group. We'll find out. Iran-New Zealand is a late kick-off in that one. But 1-1 it has finished between Belgium and Egypt. What a really good game. Very enjoyable. And probably, as I said, a fair result in the end. Let's have a look at the scores then. So, while we update that one, quick look at the early morning games. Cote d'Ivoire winning by a goal to nil against Ecuador. 5-1 convincing win for Sweden over Tunisia. But much tighter between the four teams we've watched this afternoon. Spain 0-0 against Cape Verde, a wonderful result for Cape Verde in their first World Cup game, getting a point and keeping a clean sheet against the European champions. And Egypt leading for the most minutes in their history, leading at half-time in a game, and a point for the first time since 1990 at a World Cup for them, and they're off the mark at this one. Belgium with a equalising goal, an own goal from Mohamed Hani, but it was definitely Romelu Lukaku's impact that made the difference, and Belgium get a point in this one. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay is at 11 o'clock in an hour's time. That's the Spain in Cape Verde's group. And in the early hours of the morning, Iran and New Zealand will do battle to try and take top spot in Group G, shall I say, Belgium and Egypt's group. We'll have the results of those for you in tomorrow night's roundup for you as we watch a huge game in Group I as France, one of the favourites for the tournament, take on Senegal, the couldn't be champions of Africa. That's tomorrow, 8 o'clock on LFS. But we have watched two very close battles across the last few hours. The European champions held to a goalless draw, and Egypt and Belgium couldn't be separated as the two continue to battle for a crown. Thanks for your company. Night night.